back to the art commentary stuff. I know we got a little sidetracked there. Apologies.
Oh no, that's fine.
So I assume you found out the same as everyone with that clip of the Discord call, right?
Yeah. Lio became Lio is. I've never liked Lio.
Mm-hmm.
I've never liked Lio based off of like the way that the Slug Peepaw conversation happened. And I remember like Lio yelling at Peepaw on Slug's stream, and I was just like, you know what? You're on my radar. I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then left it alone. I just had it in the back of my head. I don't like Lio Convoy. This guy thinks he's like better than everybody else. Fuck this dude. And then I saw a clip of the call on Twitter. I think Omnia posted it. And the call was linked, and I actually listened to the entire call. I was just like, this is bad. This is horrible.
Because what was it, like 4 hours long or something crazy like that?
Yeah, it's a 4 hour video. I can't remember.
I commend you for going through that, by the way.
Yeah, I wanted to
listen.
So like when I get into good rabbit hole, mm-hmm. I'll get invested and be like, well, who are these people about? So when I saw the call, I didn't know who Hopeless Peaches was. I didn't know what the lore was.
You didn't know who Hopeless Peaches was?
Yeah, I just saw that their name would like sometimes float around in association with Harley TBS. But I didn't know what was going on with
her
that
Tipster,
kind of stuff.
I mean, well, I guess him and Tipster were good friends back in the day. When
mm-hmm.
Hopeless stopped being Hopeless for a while and was Rosie instead.
Oh,
yeah, because they take on different art personas.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting because I didn't even know that she was part of the Tipster lore either.
Fun fact,
or he was part of the Tipster lore.
I back in the day, I tried to get Rosie on to try an interview. Because they were starting to make content again at the time, and like, no, mm-hmm. I don't want to start off controversy with me again. Like,
yeah,
I remember that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So Lio became on my radar, and I listened to the 4 hour call, and I just started covering it. And then when I started covering the Rosa call, I started getting linked to Akumu's videos, and I started hearing about the FCK server. I was like, well, what's the FCK server? And the FCK leaks account started like popping up on Twitter. So I followed it, and it like outed a ton of art commentary people in the community as being inappropriate with minors, because you see like bigger names stuff in there.
Lovely stuff.
Like Miss ZZ. Yeah, Shanry's talented artist.
yeah.
And there's lore within that picture. So Shanry drew that picture on Lio on the phone in McDonald's. Recently, Lio had another 4 hour call where he's like bullying this other person named Ren. And I'm like, I'm not super close with Ren, but I care about Ren because I talk to them, right? And he's sitting here just like projecting his values onto Ren and like trying to attack their identity as a trans person in this call. Yeah. And while this call is taking place, Lio is sitting in a McDonald's because his power is out, because the day that the call happened, you know, there was severe thunderstorm.
And he just had to be in the Discord call. He just had to do it.
Priorities, of course.
He had to be in a Discord call. His supposedly Stardust discovered that his wife was sitting there with him.
No.
While he's having like this.
Oh my God.
4 hour call with Ren. Just like Yeah, it's just insane. The power's out.
Honey, be quiet. I need to be in this Discord call right now. Can you imagine the McDonald's employees watching this man?
Well, so in the background of the audio, people are saying that you can hear like a McDonald's person say, "Do you want a number 3?" So I didn't hear it, but I think that's hilarious.
Oh my god, that's amazing. The funny thing is, I think it's a case of like, I think it's very clear Lio got bullied when he was younger.
Oh yeah,
for being differently abled, right? And then he found a community of people who are worse with worse mental problems than him, and so he's able to like wrangle them and finally take the power he so justly deserves.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
it was a Walmart McDonald's.
It was. It was in a McDonald's.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
Yeah, that's a new level of low.
Yeah, in Texas, so it's like,
Jesus,
oh my god.
Like, I'm sure there are fellow Texans like walking by. If I saw Lio in Walmart and he's talking on the phone like this, I would sit there and wonder. I'd be like, who the frick is this crazy guy, and why is he sitting in a McDonald's for like 3 hours?
Yeah. Oh my god, man. Wait, what if it was a Walmart close to where Augie lives? Augie's at the Walmart. He's just seeing this fat dude like yelling to the phone. He's like, God, I'm so glad I don't make YouTube content anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be hilarious to hear Augie in the background. RFC Nation. I'm like, yeah.
That would be hilarious. So
I miss Augie.
From what I've gathered with Lio is that he wants to be like, to be fair, I mean, to be slightly fair, I think this is a lot of origins for like commentary people, is that he wanted to do something else, but then when he made drama videos, that's what got him a lot of traction.
Yeah, so Lio, the way that Lio started his channel was he used to, he's in the Thundercats community, so he used to cover like Thundercats type of media. He used to do samurai sword videos, or samurai sword reviews. Mm-hmm. So there's a video on there where he's like reviewing a samurai sword.
Yeah, it looks like Power Rangers 2017, no spoiler reviews.
Yeah, and he admits he doesn't get views off of this kind of content, and for whatever reason, Lio decided to start getting into predation cases and start being a predator hunter. And then he started getting views off of that and has just continued it. He doesn't have any knowledge or background into the internet vigilante. And I from the Mama Mac stuff, you know, we were, the Lio stuff clearly happened after Mama Max. And, you know, from what happened with Mama Max, I have a bad taste in my mouth about internet vigilantes. And then I saw how Lio handled cases, and it's just, yeah, he went on Stardust live stream like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and he was fighting with that legal consultant, right?
Yeah, he was fighting with an attorney on what.
Oh, she was like a full-on attorney. She wasn't just like a legal expert. She was an attorney.
No, he called her a paralegal.
Yeah, he called her a paralegal because Lio becomes like sexist when you're a woman and you fight with him.
Oh, of course.
It's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, go ahead and say I have daddy issues and stuff. I don't care. But somebody from Twitch politics, like Stardust, especially being a feminist, she's going to take that seriously.
Right.
So that was like the live stream where you absolutely should not like come off as sexist at all. And
yeah.
He did it. Like, he was just like, Stardust was like, oh, you know what? You don't mind if I invite a lawyer into the call? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, invite him in. And then Stardust was like, well, it's a woman lawyer. And then he's just like, oh yeah, invite her in. And then she comes in and he's like, oh God, your name is Barbie? So it's just like Lio, like this is the kind of conversation that you don't want to have with the Twitch politics person.
Well, yeah,
like, because Twitch politics people.
What I've
go
noticed
ahead.
is the few times I have like stomach to watch Leo, especially when he's in that live stream, is that he goes off topic a lot to try and distract from like the main topic, which is usually his like how he horribly handles a situation.
Yeah. His main go-to is just lie, deny, and like deflect. He's just like every time he gets caught with something, he'll like bring up other people's bad past and be like, well, this person that is accusing me of this thing is also a bad person.
Yeah.
So you can't really take him seriously. And his audience just listens to him. They eat it up. Like he did a response video to that allegations. And it was well received on his channel. You know, I think it got a few dislikes. I don't know how many, but last time I saw it was like up to like 1K. Oh, okay, never mind.
Keep in mind,
actually,
YouTube stopped giving out the metric for like dislikes, so like it's not accurate. But it is safe to say that like, well, at least like a good chunk of people probably have disliked this.
Yeah. Okay, so it's different from the last time I checked it. It was more likes than dislikes.
Right.
But his audience bought it up, and he's just like, Lio's just like this low-cal. I think he's worse than Mama Max. I don't know. Maybe Mama Max is worse.
He's the dollar store version of Mama Max. Like Mama Max knew how to advertise himself to sort of like the horror fan e-girls of the internet, right?
Yeah.
Lio kind of just advertises himself to like furry artists who have like trauma.
Oh yeah.
And so obviously like I think Mama Max has been able to capitalize on his audience a lot more. Plus too, like as weird as Max is with his behavior, especially towards like the people he talks to, like for example, having the what's her name? The girl Muta Spencer, yeah, having like Spencer live with him. I'm sure that's kind of a weird dynamic there. I'm not gonna say they're in a relationship, but I'm just saying. But with Lio, it's let me e-adopt you in my Discord server. Let me be your e-daddy, you know?
Yeah. There was a case where Lio took on, and while this case was happening, the victim named Jordan, he decided to move in with Lio, and Lio took him into his house. And things went south because Lio didn't realize that the person he was inviting into his house to live with him, being a victim of like grooming and predation, had mental issues, and Lio didn't realize what they were taking on by bringing this person in. Yeah, so things ended up going south between Jordan and Lio. And Jordan went on to a Lio Detractors channel and did an interview and labeled him as abusive and he smells. He doesn't shower.
Well, I mean, I've seen pictures of that fursuit. I imagine the smell is probably from that alone.
Probably. Like I honestly believe the Jordan interview, but that's just my personal opinion. But ever since then, because Lio got painted as an abuser in that interview, he has a grudge to pick with everybody that was involved. So like people were listening to that interview and they started saying that Jordan was abused. And ever since then, Lio's had like a personal vendetta against people that have painted him as an abuser. And it's like, well, dude, there's evidence out there. There's 2 4-hour calls of you being a bully towards mentally handicapped people. Like it's a pattern of behavior. So.
Yeah. And like also too, so like whenever he's in a situation like this, especially when it delves into grooming, abuse, assault, this type of behavior, he always portrays himself as the foremost expert when it comes to this sort of stuff. You could tell this in reference to the Stardust call again, because I did listen to that, and he's like trying to out-lawyer the lawyer.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, and Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying, yeah, like I agree. Go ahead.
Well, Stardust really nailed him in that conversation because Stardust pointed out the fact, and I didn't even know to think of this but with any of my takes, but as soon as she pointed it out, I was just like, oh my God, Stardust is right here. Where Stardust started pointing out that Lio's never had any kind of formal education or formal training when it comes to predator hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And he admits it. He's like, I didn't know you could take classes on predator hunting. And so like Stardust really got him there where he like harped on that to where recently Lio made an announcement in his Discord and was like, hey, I'm not going to do these kind of conflict. He'll say conflict resolution gallery calls. Like he's very specific in the verbiage, but we all know what that call is.
Yeah,
we all know it's Lio and company pulling somebody in to be a dickhead to that person for like hours at a time, and the person just has to tolerate the abuse. Right. So he made that announcement and he's like, oh, I don't have enough. I'm not going to do any more of these kind of calls in my Discord because I don't have enough education. And until I get fully educated on this topic, there will be no conflict resolutions in my Discord. And it's just like, Lio, you're barely learning this. Like, bro, do you not have like any ounce of self-awareness? Do you not realize the stuff that you've done is probably really bad? You've probably really traumatized these people. Like,
how could he? He's Lio Convoy. He's like the best YouTuber ever, don't you know?
Yeah. There was a little bit of drama that happened with him yesterday where, in the second 4-hour call with Rin, where he's like attacking this trans person based on their identity and wanting to be accepted in the LGBTQ plus community. Somehow Lio was able to get Rin's father's number. And he has Rin almost got kicked out of their house because they saw that their kid was on a YouTube channel, and Lio was like giving a response, and Lio had outed them as trans, right? And the dad is deeply conservative, didn't know that they were trans.
That's fucking evil.
Yeah, so the dad almost kicked Rin out. So Lio, in that conversation, in the 4-hour conversation, there's at least three occasions where Lio threatens to call Rin's dad because he has the phone number.
Jesus Christ.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's one thing to make fun of gay people and trans people, right? It's another thing when you force them to be outed. That's an entirely separate, like that's like full on despicable right there.
Yeah. Well, it's not only that, it's taking it to life for a nation. Like if anybody in commentary, like if I called Nerdy John, if I called your dad and talked about the beef that I have with you, I would be fucking out of commentary.
Well, if you're able to contact him, I would love to know where he is.
Jesus. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Inappropriate.
No. It's just a joke.
Oh, okay. You got me.
Father, are you finally back from getting milk?
So Lio, on 3 occasions, like threatens to call this person's dad. And I've been like super heated. The last 2 videos on my channel, you see the unhinged Leah that's like freaking yelling.
Well, that's understandable, especially because like his thing is like, well, I only ruin the lives of predators, and like he's like just like, yeah, I'm gonna out you to your conservative family. It's like, what the fuck, bro?
This is an innocent person, and I really care about Ren. I really care about that person, and to hear Lio threaten this, a person that I care about, I was just like, you know what? I'm going balls to the wall. You want to see fucking crazy Leah? You're gonna see crazy Leah, especially in those last two interviews where Zach is not Kyle, full stop, like actually, and then Lio Convoy yet again bullies another mentally. I am completely unhinged in those videos, right? It's at the point where it's just like, okay, Leah, you better calm down because you're saying some really crazy shit.
Hey,
right?
you know, every content creator has to have a gamer moment.
Yeah. Well, those were my gamer moments. And I'm just like, okay, you know, it's in those two videos. You better calm down the next live stream and have like a reasonable, charitable approach. Because if you go unhinged again, it's not going to look great. Like you're going to start to look biased in your coverage. So, Lio, I've been trying to get him to delete the number. And in that second video where
I think I saw your tweets about it. Hang on, let me put them up real quick. He doesn't know how to delete stuff, apparently.
Yeah. I've been like, fucking delete the number, because like there were chats that were sent to me where Lio's like, oh, I don't know how to delete it. I'm not deleting the number. Yeah, this part where he's like, what's this? I'm hearing about you being mad about me not deleting a number. Like he'll play like obtuse on purpose. Like he'll play this stupid game. And then he'll say, I don't know how to delete a number, right? I can't magically delete a number sent to my text. And it's like, Lio,
you know what you can do?
You actually can.
You hover your finger over like the text message, right? You hold it, and then it's going to give you the option to delete number.
Yeah.
Crazy new technology. I know, guys. I know.
Magic, sorcery.
So I go, you can delete the fucking number, you locale. Like I was like typing that in caps. Right. And then later on in the day, I get sent a screenshot where somebody is like walking him in his Discord, walking him through on how to delete the text message or the message that has the information. And it's like, you're 38 years old. I'm 34 and I know how to delete text messages on my phone.
Yeah, he's a millennial.
Yeah, well,
there's no reason.
He's 38, but he also has a bit of the tism.
Yeah,
I don't know how much that affects it.
He says he's getting tested for the tism, and I don't want to dismiss it. So maybe he does have it, but when I saw the screenshot of him like being like, well, I didn't know this is how you delete numbers. And it was like actually somebody walking him through. I was just like, Lio, you're 38 years old. I think you know how to delete numbers. If you know how to get them into your phone and you know how to add them to your contacts, you know how to delete it. So
I'm just like, how it like, not to bring like his personal stuff into it. I'm just amazed, like, how the wife is okay with any of this.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know if I should say this, but I read the farms. If
you have to, tread carefully.
Oh, okay. I read the farms. So, like, they talk about his wife on the farms because Lio openly talks about his wife, right? There have been times where, like, and I haven't done it. I haven't reached out to the wife, but Lio's been like covered by the farmers for like a few years now because he's burnt some. Yeah, he's crossed the line with some farmers, right? Lio has a friend that's called Retro Blast Gaming, and Lio, that friend is like deeply despised by the farmers. He has his own thread. Lio defends this person, and that's how he's gotten on the radar with some of the Kiwi farmers, right? Some of the farmers were like talking to his wife, and they contacted his wife through Facebook. I don't avow that, by the way.
Right.
But it's farmers; they're going to do what they want to do, and the wife is just like, "I'm okay with it. I'm completely fine with this." So like the wife kind of just accepts it and co-signs it. But it's at the point
Do you think it's because she doesn't know like all like how like the internet stuff works?
I think so. Like she has like she's very successful in her line of work. I'm not going to go out and say it.
Oh, so she's like the breadwinner. So he's able to like purchase all of his like buildable figurines and do his YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I think she gets a lot of she makes a lot of the income in that house. I don't know for sure, but I think so. I suspect so. And she kind of just like tolerates it. Like there's a live stream that Lio had with Akumu. And Akumu is another Lio Convoy detractor. Or criticizer. I don't want to say detractor. This person criticizes Lio and the FCK server. He does great work. He's very much he tries to be like Medicare, right?
We're aware of him because back in the day when John Swan was still in the community, Kai, Prince Kai, who used to be Omnia's boyfriend, copyright struck Akumu over the videos on him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That must have been like, no, that was around the time I was in commentary. I don't know how I missed that.
Probably like 3 years ago at this point now. And then that's what spiraled into like the abuse story and then all this mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's a live stream that Lio's having with Akumu, and while this live stream is happening, people are sending pizzas to his house. That like nobody knows who's sending the pizzas.
Oh no!
I have no idea who it is, but I think
it was like, Mitch.
It's like the farmers, probably. It could be Mitch.
Mitch loves sending pizzas to people, apparently.
During the live stream, he's like, "Oh, hold on, guys. Here's another pizza." And he's like, "Oh, that's it. That's 8 pizzas sent to my house." And it's like, bro, how does your fucking wife deal with this? Like with random ass pizzas getting sent to their house. Lio even admits where he's just like, I had to put a sign. He'll admit it, and I think he put it in the 4-hour call that I just covered. He admits like, I had to put a sign on my door to say if it's not paid for, it's not ours. So it's just like this guy gets sent so many pizzas.
Maybe you fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely a low-cal. Like he doesn't. I don't think he realizes the stuff that he puts himself through. But it's like, bro, normal people don't act like this on the internet.
No.
And there's no way where you just become tolerant of pizzas getting sent to your house. Like,
because that's legit the same thing that like, do you know who King Cobra is by chance?
I've heard of them. I don't know their exact lore.
There are Wisconsin lolcow. The Drunken Peasants have covered them a couple times. He has a sign that says, if it's not paid for, it's a scam.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like, imagine putting a sign on your door because you get sent so many pizzas to your house because people hate you. Like, you're just a massive dick.
I bet you he ate all those pizzas, though.
Probably. His lardy ass sitting in McDonald's.
Just eating it while he's in the fursuit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it's been a rabbit hole with Lio. Like I think he's kind of, from what I saw yesterday, where he like, although he played stupid and like deleting the number, he actually deleted it. Like I'd like to think he actually deleted it. Hopefully. I think there's going to be like a calm, quiet period. And then supposedly Lio's supposed to have a live stream with another Lio Convoy criticizer named Kumo. And I get the feeling that live stream is going to be a nightmare and it's going to cause another set of drama.
And just for clarification, Kumo and Akuma are different people, right?
Yeah, Kumo and
okay.
They are. I mix up their names frequently on live streams because they're closely the same names. So, but yeah, I think for like this coming week, and I don't know, I could be wrong. This coming week, it could be quiet, but
yeah. So I did want to ask you. So like on for your channel, I know you said the LOL gals might cover like the Nick Rekieta stuff, but like other than like the art commentary stuff, what do you plan on covering for the channel? Basically, anything that comes through your feed, or
no. So there are subjects where like my audience isn't specifically interested in. Like if you go back, my lowest viewing video is that Ric Flair video.
So like what is this about? I wonder.
He got drunk and he became belligerent in a pizzeria. So they recorded it. They recorded it, and he was like totally acting like a fucking Karen in the footage. But my audience doesn't like it when I cover WWE. Every time I cover WWE, it flops massively.
So see, that's when you get like Dead on Dave, the guest star for you. You know, that'd be a fun one.
Maybe I start to do that. But my audience has a tendency to like the rabbit holes that I go down. Like, right now it's art commentary, and I'm starting to like branch off into other areas of art commentary where, while the stuff with Lio is like being calm and quiet, I'll probably start like covering other figures in art commentary and seeing what they're like. Just a Robot has piqued my interest. You know, the other day I watched an Augie stream where Augie's like absolutely shitting on Just a Robot. So
that was a good one. That was, I believe that was probably during the John Swan stuff, because like Just a Robot made a video. What was it? What was it, criticizing John Swan, or was it defending John Swan squatching?
I don't remember.
The commentary community, this is all their fault. You know, that.
Yeah.
I want to say defending, but I don't recall.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I'm gonna have to go look at his channel and see what his stance is on John Swan, because that'd be really interesting.
Well, it depends, because like he has like two channels that he uploads to. Is like there's his main, and then he has one literally called Just a Robot 2.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah,
Just a Robot 2.
Yeah, I kind of used to be a fan of Just a Robot back in the day, because like I wasn't like deep into it, but like I was kind of watching like art commentary people. Like it was mostly like Manga Common, who people probably know about from like the Daft Pina, and then the Ellis Mark drama from about a year ago. And Just a Robot, you know, who's been kind of involved with the Lio stuff, because he was on a stream talking with Lio, and like they seem to be on pretty friendly terms.
Yes. So speaking of Just a Robot, because like I'm cool with Just a Robot. Like I've talked to him. I was gonna do a live stream covering his false allegations, because he was falsely accused of being a P-word or PDF file, right? And I think it like caused him to the point where he became suicidal over it, because he was being falsely accused. So I was gonna go over that and possibly like do like a set of questions or interview questions with him to see how like that scandal affected him. And I was going to do a rabbit hole on that, but he recently made a video about the Hopeless Peaches stuff, and
because I did
not like
too.
the video. Yeah, he was friends with Peaches.
The Hopeless Peaches drama at long last is over. Well, this is the thing with Peaches. Peaches, for a hot minute, had some like weird, like I don't know fully in depth, but like her beef with Omnia was really weird, because Omnia, basically what it boiled down to, Omnia thought she was racist.
Yeah.
and prison created by the name Prison Make Luke got involved. I think that's when Harley TBS himself got involved in that situation. It's an entire rabbit hole mess. I know Turkey Tom, he did a video covering Prison Mate Luke and kind of delves into the Hopeless Peaches stuff there.
Yeah. Well, so that drama, it's interesting to see what like Peaches went through with Toby and Omnia and Creepshow Art, because that drama that they went through at the time kind of shaped the person they are today. And they it's being outed or being discovered that like around the time Peaches was like in these servers and hanging out in the art commentary community, Peaches was very vindictive, and they didn't like the time where like if you took the wrong stance against Peaches, they would remember that you took that wrong stance. Like,
of course,
Peaches has a huge vendetta against Omnia because of the racism stuff. So it's just you start to see screenshots where Peaches is like talking shit about these people because they can't get over their drama. Peaches is another locale. And I think Lio's like worse than, well, I don't know. Peaches is just as toxic. But Peaches is like would be another good locale to dive into. And
yeah, I would say they're both vindictive. It's just, I would say Peaches is more opportunistic.
Yeah. You know, you're giving me an idea. Like I want to like start to look into Peach's lore and see. I think my next two characters, since the Lio stuff is just like calming down or being quiet, and he's actually listening and deleting fucking numbers and not doing these bully calls. During the quiet period until stuff starts to pick up again, I think I'll cover Peach's interaction with the art commentary community and Just a Robot specifically.
Yeah, you definitely should. I imagine there's some like archives out there, but I know Peaches did delete they deleted all their videos on the channel, right? I'm sure you can find some archives here and there.
Yeah, it's interesting how they go through this situation with like the FCK server, and their immediate go-to is to like leave the internet. Right. And it's like, whoa.
You know, it's not just art commentary. I feel like a lot of creators, both in commentary, you know, outside of like the drama space, do this as well. I feel like a lot of up-and-coming creators weirdly focus too much on like being in Discord all day, when like they could just be producing content, you know?
Yeah, you know, I agree with you.
Like this is how I want to model like look at Turkey Tom, right? I think we mentioned it a little bit earlier before we started the live stream, but that dude has a main channel he uploads weekly to. He has an IRL channel which he uploads pretty frequently too. I don't think he has a set schedule for that, but still. And he has two channels that he does daily uploads on. And if you ever listen to Turkey Tom talk in like a podcast or just like the subject of content creation, you can tell his drive. You can tell he's not going to be sitting in Discord all day, you know, wondering what people think about him. He's just making content. And I feel like if a lot of people, especially in this situation with like Hopeless Peaches and all that, right? They wouldn't be in these controversies. Now, Lio, probably because his whole content revolves around being in Discord calls with people.
Yeah. Lio lives in Discord. I think I just have this, and this is speculation on my end. I don't know if actually he lives like this, but I think Lio is not satisfied in his personal life. And because he's not satisfied or he's not fulfilled within that life, he kind of lives his life through Discord. Yeah. Like there are calls that, and I'm about to go through this call on Sunday where there's a call where he's yelling at somebody while he's driving.
Oh, of course.
So it's just like, wow, you really care about Discord that much. There's times where he's taking like 3-hour calls while he's working. It's like, how are you not fired? What are you doing?
Mhm.
You're in a 3-hour Discord call at work. Like, I'm sure your boss wouldn't like that. Me as a manager, I wouldn't like that.
No, yeah.
So
If my boss try to catch me like in a Discord call talking about like random YouTube drama, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get back to fucking work."
yeah, I feel like yeah, but yeah, it's just interesting just to go down the rabbit holes and cover all these different types of figures and art commentary.